Najee Lopez is no longer just a rising name. He learns. He adapts. He grows stronger with every fight. And that makes him a threat to anyone. Atlanta has found its warrior. Puerto Rico has found its fire. And boxing may have found its next great destroyer. If you enjoyed this journey, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because Najee Lopez is only getting started. His climb to the top has just begun. Next came Juan Gerardo Osuna. A strong puncher with a solid record. On paper, a test. In reality, a showcase. Within minutes, Lopez's left hook to the body crumbled him. Osuna fell again and again until the referee waved it off. 2 minutes of fury. Another statement. Now, Lopez stands at 14 wins, 11 knockouts, and his first belt. At only 25 years old, he is just entering his prime. His style is distinct, a cold jab, relentless body work, patient pressure, and sudden violence. Observers compare him to David Benavidez for pressure, to Canelo Alvarez for patience, to a young Mike Tyson for finishing instinct. But in truth, Najee Lopez is becoming his own name, his own brand of destruction. The light heavyweight division is dangerous, but wide open. No clear king rules the mountain. The potential is enormous. Will Lopez climb it? Will he rise from prospect to champion? Nothing is certain. But one thing is clear. Then came Ismail Okles, a late replacement. Lopez treated him like prey. Circling, trapping, pounding. In the third, a left hook to the liver ended it. Okles folded. Lopez's signature was back, destroy the body, and the rest will collapse. His biggest step yet came against Lenin Castillo, a former world title challenger. Tall. Rugged. Tested against some of the best. The stakes were high, the WBA Continental North America title. From the opening round, Lopez imposed his rhythm. The jab stabbed. The hooks punished. Castillo smiled through fatigue, but every smile had damage. By the later rounds, there was no escape. Lopez read him, lured him, broke him. Castillo's corner stepped in. For Lopez, it was a breakthrough moment. For the first time, his record carried a title belt. 2024 began with Marcos Escudero. A grinder from Argentina who never stopped pressing. For the first time, Lopez went beyond 6 rounds. The fight turned bloody, brutal, back and forth. Escudero refused to fold, and Lopez was forced into the trenches. He answered fire with fire, adapting, digging deep. After 10 exhausting rounds, Lopez walked away with a majority decision, and something more valuable than a knockout, proof of his heart. Sumpter followed. Undefeated. Dangerous. And for the first time, Lopez was dropped, clipped by a counter left. The arena gasped. But Lopez rose, he reset. And from that moment, he punished Sumpter with cold control, body shots, and relentless pressure. At the final bell, Lopez had reclaimed command. The unanimous decision was his. The lesson was priceless, even when he falls, Lopez rises stronger. Canelo Wheeler promised aggression. Lopez met it with control. Jabs, hooks, body shots, angles shifting, never staying still. By the fourth, Wheeler was trapped. An overhand right, an uppercut, and a hook sent him tumbling. The referee had no choice but to step in. Then came Yildo DePester, an unbeaten Cuban built like stone. Broad chest, tall frame, confidence in every step. But confidence fades fast against Lopez. Jabs cracked like rifle fire. Counters punished every rush. By the third round, DePester was cornered, eating hooks, helpless. Another unbeaten fighter broken. Another reminder, Lopez's style works against anyone, any size. Christian Fabian Rios was a survivor. Known not for winning, but for lasting. He tied opponents up, dragged them into deep rounds, forced them into ugly fights. Against Lopez, it became a drill. Lopez dictated every round, cut every advance short, and controlled the pace. For the first time, Lopez went the distance. And far from doubt, it was proof he could dominate from the first bell to the last. By 2023, Lopez had found his home, light heavyweight. A division stacked with talent, but without a king, a division waiting for a man like him. His first test at light heavyweight, Christopher Brooker. A rugged veteran who came forward, looking to test Lopez's chin. He landed an overhand, and Lopez only smiled. Moments later, Brooker was on the canvas. For Brooker, it was the end of a career. For Lopez, it was a declaration. Anthony Stewart came next. Not the slickest technician, but a man of grit. He absorbed punishment, but the more he endured, the more Lopez opened him up. Body shots sank in. The uppercut split his guard. Lopez didn't chase a quick finish, he dismantled, patiently, brutally. Then came Monroy, wild, reckless, charging forward. Lopez remained composed. A cold jab stopped him. Doubles and counters punished him. In the third, Monroy's resistance collapsed. The doctor waved it off. Another statement. Another victim. In his early years, Lopez experimented with weight classes. He cruised at cruiserweight, dropped to light heavyweight, even tested himself at super middleweight. Each shift taught him something new, about speed, about endurance, about balance. Mike Tyson's former trainer, Stacy McKinley, was among those who took notice. He called Lopez one of the most talented young fighters he'd seen in years. McKinley compared his blend of speed, power, and defense to a young Muhammad Ali. A heavy comparison, but Lopez carried it well. In August 2021, Lopez stepped into the professional ranks. The moment was emotional. His father wasn't there to see it, but his presence was everywhere. Lopez delivered a debut performance that was less about flash and more about intent. Calm. Calculated. Ruthless. By his third fight, Lopez faced Alex Theran, a Colombian veteran with more than 30 fights. Experience can't be intimidated. But Lopez wasn't there to rush. He used the jab like a scalpel, measuring, probing, waiting. Theran waited for mistakes. But the mistake was waiting. Lopez cut him down to the body, then tore open the guard, finishing the fight in the second round. His father, Tito Lopez, was the guiding hand. To Tito, boxing was more than sport, it was survival, discipline, a path forward. He saw in his son a fighter's heart. Najee resisted the grind at first. He hated long training sessions. He only wanted the fights. But his father's persistence planted the seed. In December 2020, tragedy struck. Tito Lopez passed away. Najee could have broken under the weight of loss. Instead, he carried it into the ring. Every punch since has been thrown for his father. Every victory, a dedication. Tito's dream became Najee's mission. As an amateur, Lopez built a reputation as one of Georgia's fiercest. His record, 139 wins, only 9 losses. He wasn't just winning, he was dominating. He captured national tournaments, reached Olympic qualifiers, and in sparring against professionals, he proved he belonged on a higher stage. At first, Najee Lopez didn't even want to train. No running. No endless drills. He just wanted to fight, step into the gym, spar, and throw punches. But from the beginning, it was clear, Lopez wasn't looking for fights, he was bringing war. Born in Atlanta, with Puerto Rican fire in his veins, Lopez has turned every ring into a battlefield. They call him Chino. 14 wins. 11 knockouts. No wasted words. No wasted punches. Yesterday, he was only a prospect. Today, he is a nightmare for an entire division. This is the story of Atlanta's silent assassin, the rise of Najee Lopez. Najee Lopez was born in 1999 in Atlanta, Georgia. A city of hustle, music, and ambition. But unlike the streets around him, Lopez's ambition would find its fire inside a boxing ring.